And I'm Digger.
And together we're Gold Digger.
So just so grateful and feel so much joy right now for being in community and having this opportunity to celebrate this holiday. I really think it's super fun, you know. Halloween's always been one that I don't know. I just like the idea of getting together and acting silly for a little while. It just feels really good. So we'll go ahead and open it up here with a smudge. You guys can bless yourself, and then we'll do our call to the directions. So Creator, thank you for the opportunity to be in this fun place of merriment, laughter, and joy. And I thank you for my relatives here that are gathered here to drum, to have fun, to enjoy themselves. And I pray that you just bless us in a good way. Let our hearts be open to each other. Let our minds be open to the good music today and fill in our space with goodness. And I pray that you would use us today to fill this whole park and to fill our city with good vibrations, Creator. Good thoughts, good energy, all of those good things that you give to us when we come together as a community. And I just pray you move now in all the sacred places of our hearts, our minds, everything like that. Bless our animals, bless our home place, Creator, bless our lives like that in a good way. And I just thank you for the opportunity to be here to celebrate and to celebrate our good blessings together as a community. All right, so let's turn over here to the east. So calling in the east is a reminder of our relationship to newness, you know, giving ourselves permission to be new, giving people in our lives permission to be new. Sometimes we think about people and we think, oh, they're always or they're never. But yet the East reminds us to let go of those old behaviors and to renew ourselves, just like we could renew ourselves every day with the rising of the sun. And Monica said this morning, she said, the sky looks like pink cotton candy. How beautiful the sunrise was. Aho, Grandmother East. And here we turn again to the south. And as we turn to the south, we're reminded of our family relationships. Those that we hold in the space of our family, our moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, aunties, uncles, cousins, sons, daughters, all our relations like that. Family relationships. And we just sometimes feel like it's challenging for us to be ourselves around our family. Sometimes we feel at home with our family. But there's always good emotions that come forward when we're with our family. Place to grow and all these good things. Aho, Grandmother South. And here we turn again to the west. And as we turn to the west, we come into a place of understanding our community. And this is the places that we choose to be. You know, this is where we hold space for our government getting it together, for the religious institutions getting it together, for all of the schools getting it together. You know, for us living in a place where we can imagine a world where all people get to come together in a good way. Soldiers put down their guns and pick up drums, and we live in a peaceful place of unity around the world. And that's something that is not strange for us to believe, you know. It's not strange for us to vision world peace, but we can envision that here as we come together in a good way. Aho! And here we turn again to the north, and as we turn to the north, we're reminded of our relationship with Spirit. And this comes in many forms: the air, the water, the fire, the earth, gravity, time, and of course, the Holy Spirit working in our hearts. And as we give over to this relationship with Spirit, we're reminded of the eternal place, the place of our eternal vibration. As we play our drums, we send it off to that infinite place of intelligence, that infinite place of love and good thoughts. Aho, Grandfather North. And here we come again back to the center, when we just lift our hands to the above place. This is the place of the masculine energy. This is the place in which we go into the linear. Also, the night sky reminds us of the individual, yet the day sky reminds us of the unity. The same energy that creates the stars is what creates our sun. And how beautiful it is to be reminded that we can be individual, but yet together. Aho, Father Sky. And those of you that can, to touch the earth right here, to remind yourself of the below direction, the feminine energy, beautiful Mother Earth. And as we come to this place of recognizing this below place, we're reminded of the seed that sometimes has to go into the darkness. You know, it's the seed that goes into the earth that then transforms into the tree. And so it is that some of us living in that place of darkness, we're waiting to become the tree. And some of us are the tree waiting to send the seed back into the earth. What an infinite cycle of beauty. Aho, Mother Earth. And here we come again to touch that part of us, that inside part, to remind ourselves of the child within us. And the child within us is the one that has the place and the ability to come out and play, right? To have faith, to grow in a good way, and to, most importantly, trust again. You know, so as you trust each other enough to create a judgment-free zone, to sing, to dance, and to make music, so it is that we can trust the world. This is a practice place for our inner child right here, a playground, right? And so we just say, aho, inside place. Yeah, and then if you could say this with me, beauty above,
Beauty above,
beauty below, beauty beside, beauty in front, beauty behind. And resting your hand on your heart, beauty within. I am, we are made beautiful again. Yeah, blessings everybody. Woo! Feels good. Man, it's so great to see all these festive costumes. This drum circle right here is really a place where we can create what we like to call a sacred space. So how do we create a sacred space? It's pretty easy. All we need to do is this. So everybody put your hand in front of your mouth. And now say into that hand the word judgment.
judgment.
Take your judgment in your hand, hold it out in front of you, and throw it out. Woo! So now we have a judgment-free zone, which sure makes it a lot easier to have fun, right? So if you feel like you're doing something wrong, most likely that's your self-judgment. Okay, this is about us exploring the fun of making music together and really coming together as a community. You know, if you look around the circle here, there's all kinds of people here, right? You know, and this is something that really doesn't exist very often in our contemporary culture. But yet we make it exist because guess what? This is our design, right? We're designing this as we go. We're practicing coming together in a good way and utilizing this ancient medicine of the drum. So in music, one of the most important things that we can explore is the place of agreement, because the place of agreement is the place of power. If we're all like playing on the drum, just hitting the drum, and we're not agreeing, there's no power in that. In fact, we're just kind of reflecting our own needs. And maybe we don't even know what we need, but we're just reflecting. So what we're going to do is we're going to come together in this place of agreement. And it's a pretty simple place of agreement, actually. It's just a very simple call and response, okay? So I'm going to play a sound on the bell. I want you to play it back to me on your drum. So if I go like this, you're going to go. Oh, good. Woo. Yeah. I always feel so powerful when I do that. Is a tool that harnesses the power of the eternal vibration. You know, how cool is that, huh? You know, right now when we play this, right, that's me touching you, you know? And communities all over the world have realized that when you have that, you have power. So this rhythm is one rhythm that we can explore today and have a little fun playing it, huh? And, you know, maybe someday we'll get to realize a culture where people are playing, you know, for a week straight during some time of the year. Because it all starts right here, right? We're the ones that make the culture. We're the ones that take responsibility for it. And I'm so grateful that all of us are here. All the witches, the Star Wars people, you know, there's lots of Wookiees here. Oh man, it's just great to be amongst all of you.
I'm Deborah Allen. I'm from Mesa, Arizona, and my positive message for the day is learn how to love yourself. Have boundaries, make peace with your inner child, be kind to her, and just heal. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.
Celebrate. You know, for instance, I really didn't know how to create an environment of celebration. You know, I would experience joy, I would experience happiness, and then I would be left with this need to celebrate. But I really didn't know how to bring you into that celebration. You know, so for instance, we would get a new client, right? in our business, because this is what we do professionally is drum circle facilitation. And recently we got Wells Fargo. I don't know if any of you seen that post, but we did a corporate team building with Wells Fargo, and that was really big for me, and I experienced this feeling of joy from that, like, wow, we're able to do a team building with this major brand. And so I know that I have a need to celebrate, and I want to bring Monica along with that celebration. Monica's celebration sometimes is like, oh, that's great. That's where Monica's celebration ends, right there. Because what would happen is I would walk away from that and I would go, oh man, she just doesn't care. She never celebrates all this hard work. She's ungrateful, all of these things. But yet that's her celebration. Functional communication, I learned to bring her along to the celebration that I want to create. So this is the way it sounds. Oh, we just got Wells Fargo. And inside of me, I'm experiencing joy. And then what happens? The feminine side of myself. Everybody hold up your left side. All right, now many earth-based communities around the world, they say that this is your feminine side. Right here, your feminine side. And then hold up your right side. This is your masculine side, okay? So what does that leave inside of you? Both, and also a child, right? A child that sometimes is just experiencing an emotion. So the child inside me is like, Wells Fargo, woo, yippee, yay, yeah, all right. And that's what I want. I want everybody just to do that. You see? But what happens in celebration calibration is that some people's calibration is totally different than yours. So in order to bring them to the celebration, we, in functional communication and in functional relationships, we say what we need. So the feminine side of me, the child is experiencing joy, is experiencing emotions, right? The feminine side says, I need, right? The child says, I am feeling. The feminine side says, I need. So the child says, I am feeling joy. Everybody say that. I am feeling joy. The feminine says, I need celebration. Say, I need celebration.
I need celebration.
And now here's the tricky part. Coming up with a support system for your need. That's where many of us fall into the place of resentment. Because if we are unable to articulate our support system for our need, then what happens is we think that the people around us don't care enough to meet our needs. But this is where we get into this hyper idea that somehow they know what we need. Right? So I walk away from the experience thinking, oh, she doesn't care about me. She doesn't care about our business. She doesn't care that we're doing good. When in all actuality, her calibration of celebration is, that's great. And she's feeling all kinds of things from that. So I'm way up here. So in order for me to bring her to my celebration, I say to her, wow, I'm feeling joy. I need to celebrate. Will you look at me and tell me that I'm the best businessman in the world? And I'm always getting great clients? and I'm amazingly beautiful. Now, instinctually, over years of doing this practice, she now comes along with me. And now I don't have to say, I need you to tell me that I'm the greatest businessman. Because she says that. But before she knows that, she doesn't know to say that. You see? So why am I in my expectation putting it on her that she needs to tell me the things that I'm wanting to hear? Is that really loving her? Building up a resentment about that. That she's not meeting my need when she doesn't even know my need. You see how dysfunctional this illusionary idea of what we call common sense and all of these illusions, right?
I'm 76-year-old and I like excuses. Boom, boom.
So, in our lives, right, I know that I grew up in a family where celebration was a case of beer and, you know, a pile of some kind of white substance, you know? Like literally, that's what celebration was. And what's happened is that we, as a people that want to thrive for a successful life, we need to design and redesign our celebration. Open ourselves up to a calibration of celebration that serves our optimal state of living. And really what that is more than anything is integration, right? Integration is really what we need. And how do we integrate with people if they don't know how to integrate with us?
Boom boom taka taka boom boom tak. Boom boom taka taka boom boom tak. Boom boom taka taka boom boom tak.
Nice. Say it again. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported by. I feel, I need, I can be supported. And just feel the earth underneath you. Remind yourself you're supported. If it's available for you, I invite you to close your eyes. Let's all take a deep breath in the nose. Extend the exhale. I want you to think about someone you love and are grateful for. And as you rest into this moment of creating this beautiful energy of love and gratitude in your body becomes light, your breath becomes easy, and your mind is simply able to create. Letting the body respond to the presence of the person in your life that you've called forward, allowing them to be here in this moment, close to you. It's as if you could even feel their presence here in this circle. There you go. And now let's magnify this beautiful vibration by sending this purposeful prayer onto the drums. Love and nice. Raise your hand if you have never in your life experienced domestic violence. Raise your hand. Wow, okay. Now there's about 4 people in this entire circle that have never experienced domestic violence.
Never seen it.
Never seen it, never witnessed it, nothing like that. 4 people. And how many are here? About 40 people, right? So it's pretty obvious to say that the majority of us did not have a lot of people in our lives showing us functional communication, right? We didn't have a lot of examples. So what do we do when we don't have examples? We outsource. Okay, this one right here, I feel, I need, I can be supported by, right? That's a functional form of communication that you can apply to your life. But there are a lot of great teachers out there. But when you listen to this and you understand it, you'll be able to apply it to listening to people too. You can say, oh, you know what they're feeling? They're feeling this. I bet they need this, and I bet I can support them in here. Because it's not just about you, it's about others. So we put on these amazing ears by simply learning how to communicate. Because communication is not just speaking, it's also listening, right? And if we can do that, then we can come up to people and we can maybe say to them, you know, how can I support you in your recovery today? You know, how can I support you in this? What do you need? Because sometimes people are just like this, right? Whoa! You know, how many of you have ever seen a little baby come up and they're just screaming, huh? They're just yelling, ah! And then you say to them, where's the boo-boo? And they still are screaming, right? And then miraculously they finally go, it's my fender. And then you know exactly what it is, right? You know that boo-boo's on their fender. And what do? You kiss the fender. And then what do? Run off. Right? Sometimes adults are like this. They're just screaming. And they don't know where the boo-boo is. They don't know what they need yet. So if we can say, oh, you know, I think, you know, what I'm experiencing right now from you, you know, are you feeling? Do you need? Here's a way that I can support you in that. Isn't that a compassionate way of living, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what would happen if our elected officials did this, huh? What if they met with each other and they said, you know what I think you're feeling? You know what I think we need? You know what we think we could do to support this, huh? I think we would get stuff done, right? How about our families, our communities? It all starts with us, right? We really can't blame anybody because ultimately it's our responsibility. And you know what? I'm so grateful for all of you here taking responsibility for community. Just take a moment and look around. What a great celebration, huh? How rad is this? You know? And remember that love is what I got. Said remember that love is what I got. much, about celebration, because I feel, today's a festive day. It's a day of celebration. And I also wanted to share that sometimes celebrating can be going and giving yourself permission to just sit by the river, by the lake. That sometimes that's a great celebration. Oh, I'm going to celebrate Wells Fargo. I'm going to go outside and look at the sunset, right? I'm going to celebrate this opportunity. I'm going to celebrate today's drum circle. I'm just going to sit in silence and just feel into that. I'm going to give myself permission to feel into that. These are calibrations of celebration that can optimize our experience. We live in a culture where celebration has been distorted into all kinds of different things. But yet if we get back to the practice of relational spirituality, being in relationship to your celebration, being in relationship to your community, being in relationship to yourself and your family, then what we can do is we can come up with a process that really serves us. And that's the hope that I have in my heart, is that we all open ourselves up to processes that serve us and meet our needs.
Amen.
Right? Yeah. When we play the drum with purpose, we can make a difference in the world. That's what communities all over our great state have known since the dawn of cultural identity.
This beautiful world is our playground. Let's fill it with goodness and play.